What's up, family? Today we're gonna be making my $1,000,000 spaghetti. You understand, family? It's what the ancestors said do. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. Ingredients, of course, you need your spaghetti noodles. I use 3 jars of Prego spaghetti sauce. You choose your flavor. Cream cheese, shredded mozzarella and provolone, shredded sharp cheddar, and I have my baking dish back there. Alright, we're going to start off by browning our ground beef or turkey. I use turkey. I use salt, garlic powder, and I use Tony's Creole seasoning. I use that on just about everything. You choose your seasonings of choice. And then I'm just going to use what I call the bust it down method, or mincing the meat. I like to get it as small as possible. And I'm just going to do that until I get it as small as I like it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and drain my meat, put it back in the pot that I browned it in, and I'm going to add my onions and my bell pepper. You can add this while you're browning the meat or after, it's up to you. Now we're going to start adding in our spaghetti sauce. I use Italian sausage and garlic. It's one of my favorites. And I'm just going to add the spaghetti sauce little by little until I have it at its desired sauce level. I like my meat saucy. And then I'm going to use half of the jar of the garden chunky combo. And then I'm going to mix that up really well. And you'll just continue to add as much sauce as you need to, or as little. I just don't want it to dry out because later on we're going to pop this in the oven. As you can see, I had to add a little bit more sauce. It's not as saucy as I desire it to be. So I'm just going to put the rest of that Italian sausage and garlic sauce in there. And I preserved some of the garden. I put that to the side because I'm going to put that with my noodles. And before you start browning your meat, you do want to put your noodle water on so you can go ahead and get that boiling. And you're going to just cook your noodles based on the box directions. I do salt my water and I add oil to it so the noodles don't stick together. Alright, we're going to come back and check on our meat. You want to let that simmer. You can turn it down to medium and it looks just about ready. Alright, so now you have your cream cheese mixture, and this is what makes it $1,000,000 spaghetti. Once I realized that you can add cream cheese to anything you want to add it to, and I added it to this spaghetti, man, $1,000,000 spaghetti. The name speaks for itself. And so with the cream cheese, you want to make sure you take that out of the refrigerator before you even begin to cook any of this, because you want that cream cheese to soften up. As you can see, I had to use a little bit of elbow grease to mix that up really well with the mozzarella and provolone cheese. Alright, we're going to drain our noodles and put them back in the pot that we cooked them in, and I'm going to add the rest of the sauce that we have left over. This is the rest of the garden chunky combo. And you're just going to toss your noodles around until you have sauce on every noodle in the pot. Toss it up now. Toss it up now. Alright, and then I'm going to add my 3-cheese spaghetti sauce. This is one of my favorites as well. I'm just going to add a little here, a little there until I feel like I have enough sauce. This part is all on your preference. I like everything saucy because I don't want anything to dry out. We're going to put this in the oven, like I said earlier, for a little while. Alright, now it's time to transfer all of our ingredients into our baking dish. And we're going to do the layer method, although it's just going to be one layer. So I'm going to spread my noodles out. And I'm going to make sure they're even all the way around. I want you to get, with every scoop, I want you to have a good proportion of noodles, meat, and cheese. And so we're going to spread those out. As you can see here, I was moving a little too fast, and I started to put the meat on top of the noodles before I put my cream cheese and mozzarella cheese mixture. And so I had to scoop that meat back up off of there. I left a little bit behind because it was just going to be too much to try to scoop it all out, but it doesn't matter. You know, when you get your spaghetti on the plate, you're going to mix it all up anyway. So we're just going to dollop our cream cheese mixture all throughout. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just dump it on there and just make sure you get it all over the pan. Alright, now so we're going to add our ground turkey, and because the ground turkey is still pretty hot, as we spread it over our cream cheese mixture, it's going to soften up that cream cheese some more. So the more you spread, the more you'll get it throughout the pan. So every scoop of spaghetti will have a taste of that cream cheese in it. So we're just going to do an even spread with our spoon. I don't know if this is my OCD that makes me want to keep running the bottom of the spoon across the meat and smoothing it out over and over and over again. It's just something I like to do, not something that you have to do. It's going to taste the same regardless. So we're just going to continue to add that meat until we got all of our meat in the pan. So now we've layered with the noodles, cream cheese mixture, and we've spread our meat on top. Now it's time to add the cheesy goodness that we all love. I use sharp cheddar, and I use it for taste, but mostly for color. I like the top of my spaghetti to look pretty presentable, and I'm gonna add the rest of my mozzarella and provolone cheese. Y'all, when y'all taste this, make sure you leave a comment below. I need to know how you feel about this $1 million spaghetti. It is the bomb, and it's always a hit in my household. I'm trying to tell you now. This is great for a lazy dinner night, especially if you're feeding more than 2 people. Alright, I'm going to make sure that's spread evenly, and I'm going to get some aluminum foil. I'm going to cover my pan. My stove has been preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to let this bake for about 25 minutes covered, and then you'll remove the aluminum foil and let it bake an additional 10 minutes to get a good color on your cheese. And voila, there you have it, the $1 million spaghetti. Y'all, it looks so good, don't it? You can taste it through the phone, can't you? Scoop that up, slow motion for you. Slow motion for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Appreciate y'all.